to this day a
Okay, if
mystery
you're
to
pitching
me.
bottles,
I mean, we're pitching bottles.
okay, you're making noise.
Oh, we're making lots of noise.
So people are coming to the window.
Yeah, we were loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure somebody saw you go to Hitler's house.
Loud and proud. Yeah.
Yeah, loud and proud. Yeah, it had to be Roshan because.
Oh my God! But I never got sick. Never got sick. Couldn't believe it.
Which is why you're still able to.
I know.
Be on your third beer even now.
I know. I had at least 3 of those Colt 45s.
Not the 40s though.
Well, it was a bigger bottle, and it wasn't a 40. It was, I don't know. It was about yay big and this big around.
Yeah, that's a 40.
Was that a 40?
It's a 40 ounce. Hello?
No.
Yeah.
There's no way I could have
There
drank
was
all
a
that
12
and
ounce.
still walk.
There was still a 12 ounce. I don't know, Nick. There was a 12 ounce. Excuse me, you're finishing up 24 right now. And
Got a point there.
And I'm thinking you could probably walk.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a funny
I mean,
story
you don't
about-
develop that skill overnight.
Years
of
of
practice. That's right.
Years of practice. Went to Oktoberfest one fall, a couple falls ago.
Oh, God.
Linda was, and her daughter, we all went and we were wanting to eat, all kind of German food, taste out, all the kind of good stuff. And of course they had all the beer booths there, the Steins, the whole bit. Well, I got a Stein of beer. It's pretty good. And drank it. It was pretty good. I said, that's pretty good. I think I'll get another one. So this time I said, let me try a different one. It was a dark beer.
Oh my God.
I polished that off. Well, now, I didn't realize that those Steins were 32 ounces. Had not a clue.
Well, and the alcohol content is much.
Okay, so I had 2 of those. So that's 64 ounces. That's like 8 beers, okay? Right? 8 12s? Something like that? No, well.
No,
anyway.
not quite. Maybe 6.
Anyway.
6 12s.
But what's really funny about that is we got back to the house, and I said, I'm going to go in the bedroom and lay down.
Yeah.
7.5 hours later, I got up.
What time was it?
I don't know, 2 in the morning.
Kind of always throws the clock off. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I really, honest to God, and I don't know why I didn't think this, but I had no idea those Steins were 32 ounces. I mean, a Stein to me, maybe a 16 ouncer. What were the schooners? On Olentangy, right beside Channel 4. What was the name of that place?
Oh, the bistro? Bistro was across the street.
Yeah, the bistro was across the street, but there was
Lums?
Lums. I used to go in there and drink schooners with David.
Those tall glass.
Yeah, schooners.
Yeah,
and the schooners I think were
16 ounces.
16 ounces or
Right.
something like that.
Maybe 20.
So I'm thinking it's a schooner size thing.
Yeah, no.
I had no idea it was 32 ounces. I mean, I sucked that first one down like it was like a 12-ounce beer. I was like, boy, that was good. Let's try this again.
Well, you're a veteran.
Yes, and I believe my liver will tell me that one of these days.
We took piano lessons together,
We did.
and we ended up playing a recital on 2 grand pianos. Do you remember that? The Dream of All?
Dream of all one.
Right.
Well, and we ended up playing it twice because that doctor came in after the recital was over and wanted to hear it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We had to go down to the YMCA that had the 2 grand pianos that faced each other, because we could practice it individually, but at one point we had to play it together.
You talking about the Y at Long and High?
Yeah. Wasn't that where we had to go up to like the 8th floor or something, or there was some building we had to take an elevator, we had to go up, and I remember riding the trolley bus down.
Something about that, yeah.
Back then the trolley buses with the electronic, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember that we had to go downtown where they had two grand pianos that were facing each other.
Yeah.
And we had to practice that thing.
Right.
And Mom, we just went on our own.
Right.
You know, and if I'm not mistaken, that was where the recital was too.
I would have been two grand pianos. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But I remember
having to
building and having to take an elevator up.
Right.
To where these two grand pianos were. And I think they were on a small platform, and
that was an amazing deal there. There was some 40 pages of music that we had to memorize.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah, The Dream of All, and some 40 pages. And God, I wish somebody would have taped that.
Oh, no kidding.
I wish somebody would have, recorded that. That would have been amazing. Yeah, that was, to me, that was the highlight of my piano experience.
You were actually a much better pianist than you thought you were.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you could do some nice things with your left hand that I never really learned how to do till much later.
You know, the thing that tells me I wasn't.
Why?
Is when you and I went to contests at Capital University.
Oh, well.
Okay, Mom would take us down there.
Right.
And I'd get so pissed off. I'd get up there, I'd do my thing, and I'd get a 2. I was like, excuse me? You get up there, 1. Okay. I mean, I didn't hear any difference. Okay? What the hell? I don't get this. He gets 1, I get 2.
I didn't hear any difference.
We did it. Yeah. We did it like 2 or 3 years in a row, and you always got 1 and I got 2. I was like, wait a minute.
No, actually, I did state competition in the 8th grade and got a 1.
Right.
And so I did state competition again in the 9th grade, but I entered in senior high competition instead of junior high competition.
Okay.
And I got a 2 there.
Oh.
But I was in 9th grade, and I was competing with 12th graders.
I think what it was.
Yeah, I've got that paperwork, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I've still got that.
Oh my God!
It's all. Yeah, I got it all. I've got it all scanned.
You know what? I finally heard. I don't know the judges or whoever rated this whole thing, but they said that my playing was too technical.
Not enough feeling?
It wasn't natural.
Okay.
It's like they knew I had memorized a piece of music and I played it.
Right.
Okay? But it wasn't like I was really feeling what I was playing.
Gotcha.
And you had more emotion and more feeling in how you played it. I don't know that the notes were off or the timing was off or there was something technically wrong with it.
No, I'm sure
I think it was just the fact that mine was more mechanical and yours was more natural. And that's why you got the 1s and I got the 2s. I was happy to get a 2 though, but I mean,
state competition, man. You're competing against. You're competing against the best.
Some of the music we played.
I couldn't play it today.
Oh, I couldn't. It was insane.
If you said that, first of all, even if I knew the song mentally, The Dream of All one, just the technique it took to play. Either piano part.
Yeah.
I've heard it played on one piano, and if you go on YouTube, you can find people playing it with two piano. Oh yeah, you can find 2 piano. There's one.
Doing The Dream of All?
Yeah, doing The Dream of All. There's one where it appears to be a father and son, and the son, and then the 2 grand pianos are like this, as opposed to like this, and they're like like this, and so the son is sitting here and the father's sitting here. The father misses a few chords here and there, but the son is really good. His hand movements and all that are just and you can tell he's very well trained. But yeah, you can find that stuff. It's amazing. But I've got a recording of the 2 piano thing that I wish you're right. I wish somebody. Of course, back then, we were 15, 16 years. Let's see.
I don't think we were that old.
No, we weren't, because I was in the 8th grade, and let's see, 8th, 9th.
8th grade, you're what, 12?
No, I did eighth grade. I was 12 years old.
12, 13.
Let's see. We'll see. The thing is, I graduated high school when I was 17 because I started early.
Right,
so
right,
17,
right.
16, 15, 14. I was probably 13 or 14 years. 13 years old when I got the state competition.
I was, for the longest time, I was trying to remember when we started taking piano lessons and when we stopped. And for some reason, it sticks in my mind that we quit taking piano lessons because Dad couldn't stand the practicing every day.
Really?
Like you play a measure over and over and over and over again. Left hand, right hand, both together.
I may have been, part of that problem.
Why?
Well, remember the Beatles? Remember we were talking about the Beatles?
I do.
Okay. Dad didn't know if I was practicing the piece for rehearsal.
Well, of course not.
Or if I was playing a Beatles song or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the song that he probably heard over and over and over again was probably a Beatles song. And so I think he got tired of hearing "She Loves You" over and over and over again, or "I Want to Hold Your Hand."
Do you recall that he was the reason that we quit taking piano lessons?
No, I just remember Mom coming home and saying, "Did the boys practice?"
Yeah.
And Dad said, "Yeah, they practiced." But when
He didn't know what he was listening to.
Well, he didn't know, and it came time for my lesson, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Ron
Saltz. And his teacher was George Haddad.
That's right.
And I remember taking some lessons with him, but that didn't last long,
I don't know that what was it, 4 years, 5 years maybe?
Maybe 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Well, I can always remember it was natural for you. It came naturally for you. It was very technical for me. It was very, I don't know how to say it, mechanical.
Okay.
Everything was mechanical.
Okay.
I would learn the left hand, add the right hand, and it was like, okay, just remember how to do it. So it wasn't like I was playing and I knew it and got the feel for the song or put my soul into it. But it was just so natural for you. And I marveled at that. I was like, God. But I never...
But I couldn't dance.
You got a point there.
You could dance.
I could dance.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that
may explain all the girlfriends.
Well, I was just going to say... that attracted a few ladies.
You think?
In my day. Yeah, I told Linda I had a great time from the time I was 14 to the time I was 18. You don't remember the time that we did Kenyon College, we did the frat party, it was up on the second floor. You remember that? We used to haul those Fender amps up that second floor.
Yeah, didn't somebody...
I stole Brantner's keys. I took off in his car. I was gone for an hour and a half. Came back, y'all were still
What
playing.
was her name?
To this day, I don't remember. I cannot remember.
I saw Brantner again.
Really?
Well, Dan Davies passed away.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had, I forget what it was, but what happened...
Dan Davies passed away.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That guy, he became he was heavy into the finance industry.
Right.
And
well, he was up in Chicago or something.
Well, New York.
Okay.
But anyway, he bought a beautiful home down in Hideaway Hills. I mean, a big lot. It's like a lodge almost. It's beautiful, And I remember he got a hold of me one time, and he said, "Mike," he says, I got some songs that I've written that I want to record." That he wanted to record. I said, okay. So he came up, and he taught himself how to play guitar. And if you hear him playing, and singing, and his voice sounded, this was like 1980 something. His voice sounded amazing. And I've got the recordings. And on one of them I played with him, on one of the songs. Anyway, he passed away, he was young, he was like 65. And and of course Tim Groff passed away at the age of 55 from cancer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he died. He was the first one to go.
Oh my God.
So the remaining four Duvernay, we went to Dan's memorial. And so I've got a picture of the remaining 4 Duvernay of us up there. You know.
So would that have been Hilliard, you, and
Brandner.
Clendenin?
No, Hilliard.
Brandner,
Hilliard, Westbrook, and me.
Westbrook and you. Okay.
You know.
Why am I thinking Clendenin? Clendenin.
I don't know. You either start reading my year-end pages, you would know all this.
But you have to know how to read.
Well, there is that.
Yeah. And, you know, we all have our crosses to bear.
Yeah, out of sight. You know when that shark bites with his teeth, dear, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves though is on my key bed, so that there's never any trace of red. Let's get down the sidewalk one Sunday morning. As a body is oozing life. Hey, there's someone sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? Yeah. Oh, there was a tugboat down by the river, don't you know? Where the cement bags just drooping on down. Hey, that cement is dust, it's there for the weight, dear. 5 will get you 10. Looks like Mac is back in town. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She did. Now you watch. I'm gonna screw up. I'm gonna sing that shit.
Oh, God forbid. That's the only mistake you made. Heaven.
And I want to apologize to my audience. I did crack on that one note there.
Little.
Kiss my ass. So in other words.